Jazz. It's the West Ham Minds channel. It's the West Ham Talking Point. So first of all, welcome to the channel. If you haven't subscribed. If you haven't done a thumbs up, do a thumbs up. There we go. Fun things out the way. I wasn't going to do this show, but you know what Jazz is like when something gets his tail up. Kind of pisses him off. He has to do a fucking show. And a lot of fucking people out there talking a load of shit. And it's all to do with a couple of youngsters getting new deals and things like that going on last couple of days. You know who they are. And then some people saying, oh, there's no pathways. The pathway's blocked for our youth team. And what a load of fucking bollocks, mate. A load of shit views, right? If you're good enough, you will always make it, right? If you're good enough. No one's pathway is blocked. I'm telling you right now, right? Just look at our history. Just go back to the late 70s, right? And I was trying to think of players from our youth that we didn't quite play and they went on and had really good careers. There's absolutely minimal players out there. Absolutely minimal. So that's statements like pathways are blocked is a load of bollocks, right? No pathways are blocked for anyone as a footballer or in the life. If you've got hard work in you, you're good at something, you will always rise to the top, right? From the late 70s, Ray Houghton played a game maybe. This was late 70s when our midfield was Brooking, Pike, Devonshire, very, very difficult. So some of you might know Ray Houghton. He went on to have a illustrious career at Oxford, Liverpool, Aston Villa, Republic of Ireland. So a lot of you might not know. He was in John Lahr's youth team, didn't quite make it, had to go to get some games, and he did well. That's one example, right? Alan Kirbishley. You all know who Alan Kirbishley is. Again, he kind of got into a bit of an argument with John Lyle, and not many did, and he regretted it years later, but he said he should have waited for his chance. He didn't. He joined Birmingham, had a career with Villa, Charlton, you know the rest of it, right? That's another one, right? Jimmy Bullard is another one you might not know from Sky TV and all that kind of thing, right? Does podcasts and golf shows on YouTube. He played a game or so. Jimmy Bullard went on to play for Fulham, Hull, Wigan, I think. Done really, really well. And since then, we've given everyone a chance. The Inceys, the Dickens, the Steve Potts, the Tony Cotteys, the George Parises, the Tomkins, Elliot Wards, Jack Collinsons, Mark Nobles, Declan Rices. They've all been given a chance and they've all were good. Right? And if you look at the list of who recently that's gone on, and a lot of you fans used to jump up and down. The one thing with me is I don't really care if they're from the youth team or not, if they live down the road, if they're from fucking Canning Town or they're from fucking Glasgow. I don't give a shit. What I give a shit about is how good they're going to play for my club. That's what I care about. But some of you out there get really soft-hearted and melancholy and like, yeah, give the boy a chance. Bollocks, mate. You've got to be good. That's the point of it, yeah? And you've seen some of the youngsters that have actually been so unloyal to West Ham in return, and they've left for Man City, they've left for Liverpool and other clubs, 16, 17-year-olds. I was looking up at Harrison Ashby. A lot of you are blowing hot air up his arse. Load of bollocks, mate. You've seen what his family and him kind of thought about West Ham, and you guys are going to say, no, David Moyes wasn't giving him a chance. Listen, mate, the kid was like 20. He's been probably all these kids. If my Charles was with West Ham since the age of 13, 14, 15, the club had made an effort to sign him, looked after him, and then when he's about to make it, the least the family can do is stay loyal. So he's kind of got a good relationship with the coaches. Just give it a bit of time. But what these parents do, I don't know what they get in return. Mercedes S-Class, a house, a deposit. The kids go, right? You got that Sonny Perkins, right? Absolutely doing fuck all at Leeds. I think they've shafted him out. Harrison Ashby, 22, right? Let's have a look at his stats. He's going to be, let's have a look. He's going to be 23 in November. Newcastle talked him around, nicked him, done fuck all. They've shipped him out on loan every time. 22, 23-year-old, if he ain't going to make it or he ain't good enough for Newcastle, why is he fucking good enough for West Ham? Do you see what I mean? If you're good enough, you've seen the people like Gordon, you've seen Braithwaite at Everton, you come through, you remember the Rooney example, 18. If you're good enough, the coaches, leave the coaching to the coaches, leave the management to the football managers. We don't know anything. And to make statements and all of you, no fucking pathways are blocked. No pathways are blocked. If you're good enough, you're going to make it, right? West Ham need 4 centre-halves. They're going to get 4 centre-halves. If there was like a Rio Ferdinand in the youth team, they would have perhaps not done it. There's no one up that level that stands by. And what a club wants, and the worst thing a club can do is play someone in the team, gets exposed, a youngster, the confidence goes, and the whole career could just tumble. West Ham want to take it easy, give the people a good. If the players on loan in lower divisions are not standing out, then what the fuck are West Ham meant to do? Those clubs are not buying them. Look at Harrison Ashby. He's gone to QPR now. Where was he last season? God knows where he was anyway. But he was at another club last season, Swansea City, right? He was there. Why didn't he go back to Swansea, right? Now he's gone to QPR, right? You got Jeremy Ngakia. Jeremy Ngakia, everyone. He's 23, going to be 24 in 2 days. Jeremy Ngakia, who David Moyes did give a chance. He played against Liverpool. He played against Man City. I thought he'd done all right. He had that right spot in his pocket. What did the idiot do? He got talked around by the agent, pissed off to Watford, and now he plays. Sometimes he plays. He's in the Championship, right? You got Connor Coventry, right? Connor Coventry, I was shocked by this. Connor Coventry's 24 years old. He's 24 years old. He's gone to Charlton, 1 million, I don't know what the fee was, 1.16 million euros or whatever. Do you see what I mean? Do you see what I mean? We should stop making these stupid statements and stop judging. It's not for us to judge, right? The day we will stand up and start shouting is when player after player after player doesn't play for the West Ham full team, goes elsewhere and smashes it. And if that happens a number of times, I'll be the first one to start screwing. It has not happened, right? And it's hardly happened. Look at the history. I've given you 3 names of 3 players since late 1970s. 3 players. There might be one more out there in the comments. Let me know. There's 3 players that have we didn't give them a chance or couldn't give them a chance. They left West Ham and they made a really good career out of it. Ray Houghton, Mark Kirbishley, Jimmy Bullard. I can't think of fucking anyone else. Dean Garner, by mean good, I mean on par with West Ham. I'm not talking about someone who's like Bobby Barnes. He went to Northampton. He played for years down the lower leagues, Player of the Year, but he didn't really go above West Ham or on par with West Ham, did he? Right? Tompkins, Palace, slightly below, but then he's played 20 games in 5 years, I've heard. Do you see what I mean? There's not that many out there, and there's no substance, no proof to start thinking that way. Why didn't we play the youth player? Why do we need to buy an experienced Johnny? Oh, fuck off, mate. Load of bollocks. Start talking when there's proof in the pudding, mate. I hope I've made my point clear, and put it in the comments, mate. Seriously, people need to look at the history, need to look at recent history. There is no proof of what some people are going on about, talking out their fucking arse, right? So, listen, I'll stand up and I'll go and I'll say something when someone keeps making it. Yeah, like Harrison. If Harrison Ashby was a regular in the Newcastle team, then I'll say, ooh, naughty, weren't it? Naughty, weren't it? If Jeremy Ngakia smashed it at Watford, signed for, I don't know, a regular Premiership club, I'm like, oh, naughty, weren't we? Naughty, didn't offer him more money. Ben Johnson's the latest example, right? He had a lot of years to prove his mettle, and I know he didn't get that many games. Why didn't that many games? He's pretty average, right? Pretty average. The last Newcastle game, and I don't know if he's injured, he didn't even play. He was a substitute in the first game. They played him in the second game in Ipswich. He had 0 minutes for the third game. As far as I know, he's not injured. That's Ipswich. Not playing Ben Johnson regularly, right? So all this fucking shit that people are going on about, seriously, look at your backside, smell the roses, whatever it's called, right? Right, I feel better now. I got it out of my system. But anyway, thanks for watching. Put it in the comments what you think, and have a great day.